Okay, came out to another new park pond to do some fishing after my last video where I played hooky and went fishing, and like the usual suspects commented that I needed to throw a frog there because it was so weedy. I tried to think of another good pond I could go to and throw a topwater frog. I got this new frog. It's a lunker hunt yappa frog. Anyway, so I came out and threw the frog. It has the usual hollow-bodied frog problem. It collects a lot of water, as you can see right there. I threw it for at least a half an hour in the calm water around the weeds up along the bank, and I literally had zero interest in that frog. So I switched over to a wake bait that I also got in my in a mystery tackle box this month. It looked pretty good. I don't really think the coloring is right for my area, but it makes a nice wake. So I threw that for a while, hoping that might attract the interest of some bass, and it didn't. I got zero action on that too. Being a really cocky fellow, I only took those two lures out with me to the pond, so I had to walk all the way back to my truck to get something different after throwing these around for a while. So eventually I got tired of not catching any fish on these lures, so I went back to the truck. I don't know if you can notice there in the edge of the water, you can see stuff moving around. There's all kinds of fish sign, and I assumed there were bass in the pond. But anyway, I went back to the truck to get my old reliable lures. See, there went a fish right there. So I got a swim jig, which if you watch my channel, you know I like to throw a swim jig. Also, you notice the wind came up, and it was blowing the water around, so top water and wake baits really didn't seem to make any sense. So I went out, I threw this swim jig around. I actually walked around almost all the way around the pond looking for a good place to fish. I tried to concentrate on any of these areas with any of these sticks and stuff sticking up. Ended up all the way down at the far end where I've never actually fished before, and tried that out, and that didn't work either. So I switched over to my old reliable, the 4-inch Ozark Smoke Yum Dinger, and thought, well, this would be my last shot since the water was really clear. Maybe they want something like that. I have good luck on that Yum Dinger in clear water, so that's what I came out to fish. And sure enough, this I think is the second or third cast of the Yum Dinger. I actually thought I lost the fish, but it was still there, and you'll see why. I didn't realize I had a fish as soon as I get him out of the water. That bass makes dinks look big. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go back over where I started, which I thought was the fishiest looking spot where I started with the frog. And I thought I'd throw the Yum Dinger around over there too. And so I did that. Sorry about looking around with a head cam. That's one reason why I usually fish the chest cam. I don't want to make people nauseous because I turn my head so much. But I threw this around over here in really shallow water, barely able to hop it up off the bottom at all. But you know, giving it a shot. It worked on the other side, so I thought maybe over here too. And sure enough, I hooked up one with one in the fall right here, which is a little bit better fish. Who almost self-released himself from quite a distance. He outran an old slow man really well, and he was literally right at the edge of the water, and he flopped the wrong way, so I was able to pick him up.
You almost made it.
Still not a very big fish.
It'll do bigger
But
than
you know, if there are little ones like that in the pond, there have to be some that are bigger. I know they stocked this pond about 4 or 5 years ago, so one reason I came back here is because I hadn't fished here for a long time, and I thought, well, maybe some of the bass matured and it might be some decent ones out there. If there are, I didn't see any evidence, and this last fish is just more proof that there weren't very many, or I didn't find any big fish in this pond.
decided this is all there is. That monster. I don't know.